everyone. I've got 5 more cards to share from this month's card kit, Spellbinders. The first card, I used the pink cardstock that comes in the kit and then this dark pink, and I have corner rounded just 2 of the corners. And then we're going to place that down on the pink card base that I made from the cardstock in the kit. In these 5 cards, some of the card bases will be ones I pulled out of my stash. The white cardstock here, I chomped the other corners, the alternate corners. So I'm going to place that down, and so it's alternating where the corners are rounded, if that makes sense. Then I'm going to take this journal card, and I'm showing you both sides. I do like both sides, but I'm using the rainbow side for this card. And I think the reason I'm doing the corner rounding on 2 of the panels is because the journal card has rounded corners, so it goes with that. Then take these 2 die cut hearts, and I'm just going to use some wet glue to glue these down. The smaller pink heart I'm going to put on the top left of the sentiment there on the journal card, and then this pink and orange one will go down below. Now, you could be done here with this card, but I took some glossy accents and just put it all over the rainbow, and then I used my spatula to spread it out, and that's how I'm finishing off the card, just to add a little extra to this card. And that is card number 1. For card number 2, it's very simple, very quick. This orange card base I had in my stash. It's a little lighter than the orange that came in the kit, the orange cardstock. Then we're going to take the stripe paper and cut a panel that's a little smaller than that card base. And then taking the orange pattern paper that has kind of the white X's on it, I made an even smaller rectangle. And boy, I tell you, this wonky stripe really made it hard for me to get this straight on here. I actually had to fix it a couple times because I don't know why, but it was really difficult. And then I took the die and cut out the happy birthday from the black cardstock. And that's going to finish off this card. It's very simple. I was thinking it could be masculine. I like that it is simple, and I think the colors, could go for a guy. And so, yeah. Hopefully you guys like it too. Tell me what you think in the comments. So for card number 3, I'm thinking new baby. That's what I'm thinking. And the gray card base came from my stash. So it's a darker gray kind of color. And then I'm taking this white panel here. That also came from a spare paper that I had in my stash from a long time ago, Spellbinders kit. Then the peachy grid pattern paper. Going to place that rectangle centered. So I like that there's a little bit of the white sticking out. And then the peach dot pattern paper is going to go kind of on the bottom edge of the card there. And I had already cut out this white circle from the cardstock that comes in the kit, and also the numbers circle came from one of my previous cards in the 10 cards one kit video. And I didn't end up using the white circle, so I already had it, and so I put these together to make this card. And I was kind of looking at the numbers 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, kind of wanting those ones to stick out on the number pattern, and so that's why I was kind of fiddling with it a bit. And then taking this die cut that came in the die cut pack, and it's a similar pattern to the peach dot, but it is more of a pink shade, but it goes well enough with this card. And then the other die cut was a die cut sentiment that came in the die cut pack. It says hello lovely, and it's that peach kind of color. So gluing those down flat with the liquid glue. And then we're going to take this cute die cut giraffe that was in the die cut pack, and I put a bunch of snipped up mounting tape on the back of him, and I'm going to put him in the center. So I was thinking, this could be a new baby card, or just baby birthday card, toddler card. Yeah, so for card number 4, another birthday card, and I had a pink card base that I pulled out. You see some paper torn on it because I actually took off something that was on there because I didn't realize I didn't have a pink card base, and I really kind of wanted a white card base, but I didn't have one, so I was going with what I had, and then took the the white panel to cover the entire card front, and then there's this pink flower pattern, which actually I think was probably my favorite pattern paper, but I didn't use it in the 10 cards video. Then I'm going to take these 2 die cut tags, and those are going to go down in the left side. I'm going to stagger them slightly. And there's some nice gold accents on the kind of peach pink tag there, and also on the white tag there's a lot of nice gold accents. I was looking at the green and thinking, oh, does that go with all this pink? But then I realized there was green in the cake, so it works out just fine. I have the die Happy Birthday that I've cut out of the gold card, and I glued it up and kind of dabbed it off, and then the tweezers are really helping me to keep the glue off my fingers and get it in the right place. And my P is a little crooked there, so fix that up and just get that well adhered. And then I have 2 more die cuts from the die cut pack. This first one says Make a Wish, and then I have the cake. And for the cake I put a bunch of mounting squares on the back, and we're going to take the Make a Wish and place it in kind of the bottom left edge here, and I'm figuring out I want enough room for the cake to be able to go in between those, but you still be able to see the sentiments. So I was putting that there just to make sure it still worked. And that is it for card number 4. For the fifth and final card in this video, this one's more elaborate with stamping. I have a blue card base that I made from the blue card stock in the kit, and then some white card. That's also for my stash. It's got that little texture pattern, but it's from one of the earlier Spellbinders kits. Then I'm going to take this striped, green striped pattern paper and place that on the bottom portion of the card. And I had a big oops here because there was some glue left, wet glue kind of left on my glass mat, and when I was gluing the stripe paper, it stuck to it and tore it. So I was kind of sad about that, but you'll see how I work with that as the card comes along. So taking the stamp set, I have this white card that I've cut in a square, and this is my little example of what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to stamp these animals out while masking to kind of make it look like they're in a nice group together. So first I take the giraffe, and I'm putting him down on the left side there. And I'm using I'll show this in a bit, but here, VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Excuse my speech here. And then these masks are just from Post-it notes, the full sticky kind. So I really fussy cut that out, very slowly and carefully. And you see, I didn't cut out the legs that aren't going to need to be there on the giraffe, but I cut out the tail very intricately there. And then I've sped up this next section a lot so that it goes faster, but it's kind of the same thing. I put the mask down, and then I stamp another critter on, and then I cover them up. And for this last one, the zebra, I really only needed the foot and the paw of the monkey to be covered, so I was most careful in the placement of that. And now you get to see the magic as I take the masks off, how they look. I like how it turned out. You'll have to let me know what you think. There they are, all hanging out together. And then we're going to glue this little square of critters onto that gold card, the gold square. And I liked how that just gave it a nice little frame. And I'm just putting it there for placement right now. This was a die cut from the pack, and I'm going to glue that down flat on kind of the left side of the card here. I think I keep saying kind of. Sorry about that. So place that down, and then we have the die cut that says a year older, a year bolder. And so this just barely fits over the die cut. And so, yeah, you got to put it on carefully. And then I feel comfortable at this point to glue down the gold square. And the pigment ink doesn't dry very quickly. You might have noticed a smudge, but thankfully it didn't cause too many problems. So this die cut I'm going to use, and I'm kind of trying to cover up a lot of my oops down below. It says, wishing you the best day ever. I think originally I had it a little further to the left, but I moved it to kind of cover up that. And then I'm going to take this time to celebrate die cut Hooray for Today and Make a Wish puffy stickers. This little die cut tag I'm putting on the left here, and then I realized right after I put it down that I kind of wanted to put some gold thread, so I pulled that out and threading some of this gold thread through, and I just, that's not necessary, but I just love how it finishes it off, and since I have the gold thread, I might as well use it. So then these puff stickers are like conversation bubbles, so I'm just placing them down so that they look like from the critters. And then here I took the sticker set again, and I'm using this last one to cover that up. That was not in my original plan, but I had to make it work. So let me know, what do you think, if I was able to save that card or not. And then we'll have just another quick look at the 5 cards as I lay them all down. And I hope you enjoyed seeing them today. Thanks again for watching. Let me know which one was your favorite, especially including the other 10 cards. Check that out if you haven't seen it. Thanks for watching. Have a great creative day. Bye!